जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता। पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा। विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा। तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे। गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता। जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे।
Thank you. Now it is the address by Honorable Nara Lokesh garu, Minister for HRD, Government of Andhra Pradesh.
Respected Honorable Governor and Chancellor of State Public University, Shri S. Abdul Nazeer garu, distinguished Vice Chancellors of all public universities, APSHI Chairperson Professor K. Madhumurthy garu, Vice Chairpersons, Secretaries of various departments, Burti Rashekar garu, Hari Jawaharlal garu, Shashtar garu, Anantaram garu. I'm really honored to address this August gathering at a moment of profound importance for public universities in the state of Andhra Pradesh. I'd like to take this opportunity to wish on behalf of the Honorable Government, the Governor of Andhra Pradesh, a very happy birthday, sir. On your birthday, you have taken time out to be with us. It clearly shows your commitment, your dedication to strengthening public universities here. The Honorable Governor, Shri S. Abdul Nazeer garu, comes with deep commitment to justice, constitutional values, equity and education. When I first became the minister and I called on the Honorable Governor, Sir was very clear. He gave me a clear mandate that we should make state public universities proud again. You know, his career is a clear reflection of discipline, integrity and what determination can achieve, and stands as a role model for the youth of Andhra Pradesh. Sir is a shining example to every student of what courage and character can actually deliver. Personally, I'm deeply indebted to the Honorable Governor, sir, for being my philosopher and guide. Sir, I'd like to thank your guidance whenever I meet you and your words of wisdom that continue to lead this department forward. This conference is not a routine meeting, nor is it merely a review of administrative progress. It is a collective pause to reflect, reset, and reimagine the future of our public universities. Institutions that shape not just careers but the intellectual and moral foundations of our society. Universities are the highest expressions of civilization's commitment to knowledge. They determine whether a state merely produces graduates or creates thought leaders, innovators, scholars, and responsible citizens. Vice Chancellors are not merely administrators, they are academic leaders, reform champions, and custodians of public trust. Andhra Pradesh stands at a critical juncture. Demographic advantage, technological disruption, and global competition demand a new university ecosystem. The government of Andhra Pradesh views its public universities as strategic partners in the state's transformation into a knowledge-driven society. Let me give you a few unsettling reflections from my Padayatra. I use it as my benchmark or my guiding principle. I met the youth of Andhra Pradesh. I've understood their aspirations. Majority of them have certificates in their hands, but are as confused as they were when they entered higher education as they exited. Lack of clarity in terms of their career, lack of clarity in terms of what are the opportunities that the world has to offer, is something that I could see. Many of them are first generation learners. Many of them come from rural backgrounds. All of them had degrees, but they still have uncertainty in their eyes. And all of them ask me this question. I have studied with great sincerity. I am here. But where do I belong now? What is my future? When I was asked by the Honorable Chief Minister on the options of portfolios, as a minister, I personally requested that I be given HRD, because I believe that this is the portfolio where true transformation can actually happen. And this portfolio can not only shape the future of youth, but actually make them leaders of not only our great land, but also global leaders. So when I met the Honorable HRD Minister in Government of India, Dharmendra Pradhan ji, he jokingly said that this is the first time he has seen a political heavyweight being given HRD. And I merely stated to sir that this is the importance and seriousness with which we are treating the entire HRD ecosystem in the state of Andhra Pradesh. I want to focus on 5 core issues in higher education. First is what is taught and what is needed. The issue of relevance deficit. Access without quality education is the challenge we are seeing today. Obsolete and static curriculum is the second challenge that I personally have seen. And a low global competitiveness in our degrees. As all of you know, I'm lucky to have an MBA from Stanford University, and recently I hosted Stanford alumni and current students over a dinner. And to my surprise, I got to know that Stanford, the Graduate School of Business, which runs the MBA program, revised its entire curriculum all over again. So they did this when I was part of, when I was doing my MBA there. They did it once and they're doing it all over again. Now, how many times have we done this reset? It's not mere improvement, it is a reset of their curriculum. So I would request all Vice Chancellors to look at this. Second challenge is degrees without livelihoods. Poor internship, apprenticeship and placement system. There's no credibility for the degrees that we are awarding. And there's a complete academic isolation from the industry that we today struggle with. Third is our publications without purpose. Research, innovation and knowledge impact gap continues. Research quantity is focused more than on the impact of the research that is being done. Weak innovation and startup ecosystems in our institutions. Poor IPR, patenting and commercialization is the other challenge I see under this bucket. Fourth is administration over academics. Inordinate time is going to focus on administration and not on academics. I understand that we are going through a phase of governance, leadership and faculty challenges in our institutions. I understand that these are not decisions taken by us. There are some legacy decisions that are haunting us. But these are challenges and we need to build on it. And all of us have to give more time towards academic rigor. We have to spend time to motivate our faculty, build capacity, and ensure that decisions that we take are driven by data and not merely past precedences or practices. The fifth bucket I like us to think about is universities where students endure, where students experience equity and sustainability is very, very important. Currently, I truly believe that poor student mentoring and well-being and support is our challenge. Greater emphasis has to come here. Financial stress and unsustainable funding models continue to have challenges on our institutions, so we have to learn to at least start on the journey of financial independence. All of your institutions have created world-class talent. Their CEOs who are heading Fortune 500 companies, Andhra University in particular, should be singled out for it. So we have to tap into that network. We have to build financial independence. And this is something I would request all of you to look at it. Definitely regional, social, gender imbalances is another area that we need to focus on. I believe that higher education today suffers from these 5 structural gaps: quality without relevance, degree without employability, research without impact, autonomy without leadership, and access without equity. So I sincerely hope that today's VC conference shall at least start on the journey of addressing these core issues. I believe that merely one conference is not enough. Consistently, on a systemic manner, under the leadership of the Honorable Chancellor, we have to continue to focus on this. I also want to quickly propose a few solutions here. One is, of course, academic quality and relevance. Greater focus on what is being taught and what is needed. So greater industry connect for leaders who are here, who have met me multiple times. Universities that I've visited, I've always focused on this in all my talks. We have to reimagine our university syllabus for the next changed decade. And today, knowledge is changing fast. It doubles rapidly. Careers are changing over time. 80% of the jobs that are going to get created in the next decade are in sectors that are yet to be discovered. Those are the kind of challenges that we as academicians are being faced. So we need to tune our entire academic rigor in that focus. And quality should also be measured in what a student can understand, apply, and I believe, very important, is to question. The culture of questioning, challenging one's ideas is something that is very, very important. If we continue to teach outdated content, we do not merely waste time. We betray trust of our children. Universities must therefore update their curriculum relentlessly, embrace multidisciplinary learnings, align teaching with real-world relevance, and relevance here is our collective responsibility. The second bucket is employability, skills, and industry integration. Degrees must lead to dignity of work. And I like to say, as is shared in my Padayatra, where children have graduated out of our institutions, did not get jobs, while they went to Amirpet. I'm sure all of you know where Amirpet is. They will go to Amirpet, 4 months training, and they're able to find a job. So this is the kind of disconnect that we have, and this is something that we need to focus. This gap is not the student's failure, it is our institutional failure. And this is the area that we need to overcome. Universities must stop functioning as isolated islands of theory. They must become bridges between learning and livelihoods. And this is something I would request all the Vice Chancellors to take a hard look at it. And internships, apprenticeships, industry design courses, alumni mentoring are no longer optional or add-ons. I believe that they are going to be a core to our entire academic responsibility. Third bucket is research, innovation, and knowledge impact, moving from publications to purpose. So research is the soul of a university, but let us be honest, if research remains confined to journals, only few read it and very few use it. So we must also ask ourselves, whom are we serving? True purpose of research is not promotion but problem solving. Water stress, climate vulnerability, agriculture productivity, value chains, public health, nutrition challenges, urbanization, sustainability. These are the challenges that we now need to solve. And universities must respond not as spectators but as solution builders. Innovation, startup, patents, and technology transfers are not distractions from academia. They are extensions of our academic responsibility. I was asked this question in any admissions event I do on behalf of Stanford University. They asked me, why Stanford? And the major reason I keep saying is that one, we attract global talent, but the second is there's greater learning outside of classroom than there is in the classroom. So a lot of conversations that I had with my peer group, a lot of the learnings, cultural learnings that I have gained was outside the classroom, over a lunch, over a dinner, while we used to drive from one class to other class or walk from one classroom to the other classroom. So these are things that we need to build more and more in our institutions. The fourth bucket is, of course, governance, leadership, and faculty excellence. No institution can rise above the quality of leadership. To all the Vice Chancellors here, all of you know, under the leadership of the Honorable Chancellor, the process of appointment was done in a very transparent manner because we believe in your background, the academic rigor, the focus that you will bring to these great institutions. I understand that, there will be routines, there will be files, but you have to rise beyond that. You have to rise beyond that to become custodians of academic consciousness and drivers of transformation. Autonomy does not mean absence of accountability. I think they're very clear words. As all of you are aware, it means freedom to excel and courage to decide. This is very, very important to us. And faculty is going to be very core and heart to our entire reform process. So it's very important to engage with them, talk to them, coordinate with them, and ensure that excellence is recognized and not mediocrity. And we must ask a few questions. Are our best teachers being enabled? Are decisions being guided by data or by habit? Strong universities are built not on control, but on trust, transparency, and leadership clarity. Last bucket I'd like to touch upon is student experience, equity, and sustainability. Universities are where students actually experience. It's very important that students should feel supported, not intimidated, mentored, not abandoned, inspired, not anxious. Mental well-being, mentoring, digital access, and inclusion are no longer peripheral concerns. They are central to academic success. At the same time, universities must be financially sustainable, diversify resource, engage alumni, and serve regional development needs. A university that ignores students experiences risk of becoming irrelevant, no matter how old or prestigious it is. So I would request all vice chancellors to also designate open house program where at least a few hours a week you spend time interacting with students. You can create it as a structured program, unstructured program, but greater interaction is what is very, very important. I think we have a lot to learn from students today. They come with a lot of ideas, they understand the challenges, they know the solutions. We as leaders should only focus on implementing those solutions. I believe that these 5 reforms that I'm proposing are not separate agendas, they are one unified truth. Quality without relevance is hollow. Degrees without employability are unjust. Research without impact is empty. Autonomy without leadership is dangerous, and access without equity is incomplete. So I'd request all the vice chancellors to spend some time to ensure that you personally track and deliver on these key buckets. And as we have said, today there's a clear agenda in front of us. Few of you have come prepared with presentations on how you believe we as a larger ecosystem can work together, learn from each other, engage, and definitely create world-class state universities. I would like to repeat, world-class public universities. This is the core. This was the clear mandate given to me by our Honorable Chancellor, sir, when I met him. He said, I want world-class state universities, world-class public universities. And all of us together only can achieve it. And the choices we make today will shape not just institutions, but the confidence of an entire generation. Our responsibility is not just to award certificates, but to shape capable professionals, confident citizens, and ethical leaders. Let history say that this was the moment when universities chose purpose over comfort, reform over routine, and leadership over complacency. So finally, your autonomy will be protected, excellence will be rewarded, and accountability will be enforced. And I would like to assure the Honorable Chancellor, sir, under your leadership, we will work together to make our state public universities proud and make you proud personally, sir. I have taken it to heart, the feedback that you've always shared with me. As I've said, you are my philosopher, you are my guide, sir, and we will make you proud. We have started on our journey, and rest assured, by the time we come to the next conference, we will deliver on what have been discussed today, and we look forward to hearing from you, sir. Thank you very much for this amazing opportunity. Jai Hind.